of Britain's Got Talent 2024, Sydnie Christmas!
It is no secret that the spotlight on the famous Britain's Got Talent show is reserved for just the best of the best. It turns out, Sydnie Christmas hit the mark, capturing the hearts of the judges and audience with her phenomenal vocal performance. It wasn't just her voice that amazed everyone, but also her bold song choice. Imagine picking a song that even Simon Cowell fears. It was worth the risk after all. However, carefully concealed within the publicity she is getting from the show are troubling details about her past that Britain's Got Talent isn't saying. Join us as we uncover the truth about Sydnie Christmas's past. Before we delve into the hidden stories surrounding Sydnie Christmas' life, let's first find out about her early life and career. The Sydnie Enigma. Sydnie Christmas is a 29-year-old from London, though she was raised in Kent, a city in the southeastern corner of England. According to various sources, Sydnie was a good rugby player during her childhood, but she also had a natural talent for singing. She recalls singing her first song when she was just 4 years old. "The first song I ever sang, actually, I haven't sung it in 25 years, she shared on BGT. Her grandmother also mentioned that Sydnie had been singing from a young age, and the family always knew singing was her true calling. Despite her passion for becoming a Broadway star, Sydnie did not pursue a professional singing career. "I'm trying to be in the West End. I just want to sing," she confirmed on the show. When Amanda Holden, a judge on Britain's Got Talent since 2007, asked what she did for a living, Sydnie revealed that she worked as a receptionist at a gym. "I'm currently working front of house at a gym," Sydnie said, noting that this job was opposite to what her talents suggested. There are explanations for what happened, but Sydnie remembers stealing the crowd's gaze from her first appearance at the BGT stage. When she introduced herself, "Hello everyone, my name is Sydnie Christmas." The audience and judges were immediately charmed by her charisma. Her sense of humor shone through, especially when she joked about her middle name being Mary, making her full name Sydnie Merry Christmas. The combination of her humor, charm, and incredible talent quickly endeared her to everyone. Despite not wanting to be there, Sydnie wowed everyone at the audition with her singing aspirations. Even more surprising was her song choice. She revealed that it was the first song she ever sang, and she hadn't sung it in 25 years. "That is a long time, don't you agree?" she remarked, adding a touch of humor to the moment. One of the judges, Amanda Holden, was surprised and asked Sydnie how old she was, thinking she looked much younger than the time she had last sung the song. Sydnie responded that she was 28 years old, despite looking much younger. The song was "Tomorrow" by Annie. "Tomorrow" is a show tune from the musical Annie, published in 1977, with music by Charles Strauss and lyrics by Martin Charnian. The song has become popular worldwide, but is notoriously difficult to cover, making many singers hesitant to attempt it. Simon's reaction stemmed from the song's difficulty rather than its quality. Despite Simon's uncertainty about her song choice, Sydnie remained undeterred. She confidently said she hoped to sing it better than before, once again charming the audience with her sense of humor. So, what hidden stories lurked around Sydnie? Keep watching to find out. How Sydnie Christmas thrilled the audience. From the moment Sydnie began singing, the audience was down with goosebumps and astonishment. She delivered the song in the most unique rendition anyone had ever heard, making proper use of diction and timing, which transformed the song into something entirely different. According to critics, this was a genius move by the 29-year-old. Some even described her rendition of "Tomorrow" as having a gospel style, noting that it brought out deep emotions and feelings. Sydnie's performance silenced the crowd, with some audience members tearing up due to the emotions she conveyed. Before she finished, Her performance was met with thunderous applause and a standing ovation from all 4 judges, including Amanda Holden, who was particularly impressed by Sydnie's rendition. Sydnie stepped onto the stage with a likable sense of humor, confident in her ability to perform well, though uncertain about how the audience would react. At the end of her performance, there was a wide contrast between her initial shy appearance and her unassuming attire, and the way her talents lit up the entire room. Critics noted that she initially seemed shy when introducing herself and hadn't dressed as one might expect a singer to. However, once she began singing, these details were quickly forgotten. The cheers and applause, led by her 2 grandmothers, rapidly spread across the audience, cementing her status as a standout performer. At the end of her heartfelt performance, not just the audience, but even the judges could not hold back their amazement at how someone could make a song sound so beautiful. Expressing their admiration, Bruno Tonioli, one of the judges, a British-Italian television personality, choreographer, and dancer who joined the Britain's Got Talent judging panel in 2023, kicked off the praise. Known for his flamboyant personality and sharp critiques on shows like Strictly Come Dancing and Dancing with the Stars, Bruno brought a unique energy to BGT. He called Sydnie's performance simply art and praised her ability to engage the audience. How to make an audience want more. Tease them, bring them in, make them believe, hit them with these huge notes. It's just art, he said. Alicia Dixon, another judge who had previously worked with Bruno on Strictly Come Dancing before joining BGT in 2012, simply expounded on what he said. Alicia is known for her love of talent and charismatic performances. Sydnie's performance that night ticked all her boxes. You are full of character and personality. You've got it all going on. Say no more, girl. You smashed it. Let's have it. Come on, Alicia exclaimed.
You are full of character, personality. You've got it all going on. Say no more, girl. Smashed it. Let's have it.
Capturing the audience's agreement with her enthusiastic applause. Sydnie's performance showcased her vocal prowess and her ability to connect with both the judges and the audience on an emotional level, leaving a lasting impression on everyone present. Sydnie Christmas Golden Buzzer. Amanda Holden, who has been a judge on Britain's Got Talent since 2007, was filled with praise and admiration for Sydnie's performance. With over 17 years of judging experience, Amanda has seen countless acts and can easily distinguish between mediocre and truly exceptional performances. That night, she classified Sydnie's performance as simply stunning. Amanda began her remarks by highlighting Sydnie's sense of humor and presence. "Oh, Sydnie, I think what struck me so much about you is just how naturally funny, how warm, how brilliant your presence was the minute you walked on stage. You were entertaining everyone, but then you brought us the most heartfelt, beautiful version of that song, and that was the best version I ever heard in my life," Amanda said. Her comments resonated with the audience, who went wild, confirming what they already knew. Sydnie's performance was stellar. Seeing the audience's reaction, Amanda did the only thing she felt was deserved at the moment. She hit the golden buzzer. For fans of BGT, the golden buzzer is a significant symbol, propelling the performer directly to the live shows and signifying a standout moment in the competition. Sydnie was overwhelmed by emotion. Short of words and strength, Sydnie fell to her knees, crying tears of joy. It was a heartwarming scene as she jumped around the stage, spreading the confetti everywhere. The golden buzzer moment was a fitting end to her unforgettable performance. Sydnie was simply stunned and proud of her performance. Before she could leave the stage, the famous judge Simon Cowell called her back. Known for his tough critiques on talent shows like The X Factor UK and American Idol, Simon is often the most feared judge on the panel. However, Simon couldn't help but be amazed at Sydney's performance that night. Impressed by the young star, Simon admitted that he used to hate the song Tomorrow, but Sydney made him love it. That reaction we just heard in the room, it's rare. Everyone's aware it's tough to get that break for something you really love. You so deserve what you just got. Your control was amazing, and I used to hate that song, but now I absolutely love it. Good for you. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, Simon said. With Amanda hitting the golden buzzer, Sydney secured a direct spot in the semi-finals. Both viewers and judges were deeply moved by her performance. One commenter later described it as an audition and an extraordinary journey for Sydney. The golden buzzer moment, coupled with Simon's unexpected praise, highlighted Sydney's incredible talent and the emotional impact of her performance. This night marked the beginning of what many believe will be a remarkable journey for her in the entertainment world. When Sydney went backstage to celebrate her performance with her family, Alicia Dixon remarked that she knew from the start Sydney would be a favorite, loved by people of all generations. According to Alicia, that's a sign a contestant is destined for greatness. Bad blood for Sydnie Christmas. Moments after Sydney received the golden buzzer from the BGT judges, praise for her performance flooded the internet. However, not everyone was pleased with the decision. Some viewers claimed that the BGT performance was a fix. Despite her secured spot in the semifinals, dissatisfied ITV viewers began questioning her background. Delving into her social media, they discovered that the Kent native had considerable experience in the industry. This revelation sparked criticism. One viewer expressed disappointment, stating, "It's a load of crap. I've just looked her up. She's been acting since 9, graduated from Performing Arts School, and been in Starlight Express." They continued, "Sydnie Christmas is a professional singer and actress already working in the West End. I thought BGT was for amateurs, not professionals. She's taken the golden buzzer off someone more deserving." So a sweet victory that night was turned into a war of words fashioned against her infant fame. The internet buzzed with more reactions. Another viewer agreed, and a third added, "Ah, the I Just Want to Be on the West End singer, who has performed in Grease and Starlight Express." This was the start of a dark controversy for Sydney, one that highlighted the divide between those who admired Sydney's talent and those who felt the competition should be reserved for undiscovered amateurs. Critics expressed their frustration online, saying they would respect Sydney more if she were honest about her experience. One member of the Britain's Got Talent audience commented, "Sydney dreams of being on stage. It seems like it's already happened. Works in front of the house at a gym, though." This criticism extended beyond her performance to her extensive professional appearances in famous productions such as Starlight Express, the 9th longest-running West End show, and Grease, a musical with music, lyrics, and a book by Jim Jacobs and Warren Casey. Additionally, she regularly appeared on E4's Stage School.
Sydney's personality shone through as she laughed and joked on the Palladian stage before flexing her powerful vocals. And it wasn't long before fans remembered they'd seen her on screens before in E4's Stage School,
a structured reality show set at the prestigious D&B Academy of Performing Arts in Bromley, Kent. Sydney's background revelation prompted many internet users to question the authenticity of reality and talent shows like Britain's Got Talent. The show is meant to discover talent in ordinary people, right? The debates intensified as people pointed out other acts from the show that had won golden buzzers despite having prior successful performance careers. Some even won the final stage of BGT in their respective fields. As previously mentioned, Sydney's case highlights her background as a stage performer. She has starred in productions like Starlight Express in Bochum, Germany, and Lazarus at London's King's Cross Theatre. Before you point accusing fingers at Sydnie Christmas. Sydnie is not the first talented personality to be involved in the Britain's Got Talent show. Her story is definitely not unique. Other contestants with established careers in the performing arts have also participated in BGT. For instance, opera sensation Innocent Muku, who astonished the judges with his incredible vocals, also had a professional background before stepping onto the BGT stage. Raised in Secunda and Piet Retief, Mpumalanga, Muku had already made a name for himself in the performing arts before his BGT appearance. Innocent Masuku, an operatic tenor from South Africa, has an impressive background that has sparked controversy regarding his participation in Britain's Got Talent. He had previously received various awards before participating in the BGT, including a Merit Award in the 2019 SAMRO competition, an event hosted by the South African Music Rights Organization. SAMRO is a copyright asset management society established by the South African Copyright Act, which aims to protect the intellectual property of music creators by licensing music users, collecting license fees, and distributing royalties. Masuku also received the Drake Clear Trust Award, a trust fund that financially and artistically supports talented young musicians studying in the UK, and the Cecile of Montserrat Award, a charity based in Godalming, Surrey, England, which provides scholarships, prizes, and loans to support young musicians in the United Kingdom. Before you point accusing fingers at Sydnie Christmas, listen to Innocent Masuku's portfolio detail. What truly sparked debate online was Masuku's professional experience. He is a former studio member of the Cape Town Opera, where he made his public debut in a production of Porgy and Bess, playing the role of Crabman. Additionally, he has played diverse roles such as Tamino in The Magic Flute, an opera in 2 acts by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, which includes both singing and spoken dialogue. Masuku has also performed alongside renowned artists like Eric Owens in another production of Porgy and Bess, which was presented by a collaboration between the English National Opera and the Dutch National Opera. Given his extensive background, many ITV viewers criticized BGT for allowing Masuku to enter the contest. Critics argued that with such a history of professional performances and accolades, Masuku is far from an amateur or an everyday person in the opera world. These revelations have fueled ongoing debates about the authenticity of talent shows like BGT. Some argue that these shows should be reserved for undiscovered talents rather than established professionals, while others appreciate the high caliber of performances these experienced artists bring to the stage. Regardless of the controversy, Innocent Masuku's talent and achievements in opera remain undeniable. Innocent Masuku is currently gracing the London Coliseum stage in Rossini's The Barber of Seville. But it doesn't just stop at Innocent Masuku. Similar cases, like Sydnie Christmas. Bobby Goldfin is another talent who, despite receiving great cheers on stage, went on to be criticized greatly for supposedly being too good for a stage like Britain's Got Talent. Bobby Goldfin's journey on Britain's Got Talent started disastrously when his first joke failed to land, resulting in 4 red crosses from the judges. However, undeterred by this early setback, Bobby returned to the stage with the excuse that he couldn't remember being voted off due to a goldfish's short memory. This clever comeback reignited interest in his act. Theories quickly emerged that the man behind the mask was already famous. Bobby Goldfin claimed to be an amateur comedian from Massachusetts named Bobby Finn, with 335,000 followers on Instagram and 649,000 on TikTok. However, as viewers watched Bobby's performance, many were convinced he was last year's champion, Vigo Venn. One viewer tweeted, "Bobby Goldfin has to be Vigo," while another posted, "Bobby Goldfin is Vigo Venn, isn't it?" Contestants like comedian Bobby Goldfin who wowed the audience with his comedic routine based on goldfish memory, have significant followings on platforms like TikTok, raising questions about their status as amateurs. These revelations have sparked a larger conversation about the true nature of talent shows and their role in discovering new talent. While some viewers feel misled by contestants with professional backgrounds, others appreciate the high-quality performances these individuals bring to the stage. Another notable character in BGT is Geneviève Coté, a 2023 season finalist.
Geneviève Coté has developed an incredible knack of creating natural sounds and noises and stands in front of the BGT judges tonight.
She is a Canadian illustrator living in Montreal, primarily known for her work on children's books and her unique ability to create natural sounds and noises. Geneviève Coté, a Canada's Got Talent Season 2 finalist, received a golden buzzer from Judge Howie Mandel. Her Canadian golden buzzer moment went viral, amassing over 1 million views in just a few days, and now boasting billions of views across various platforms. This success led to her participation in France's Got Talent, where she received a second golden buzzer from star host Karine Le Marchand. She was then selected among the 40 favorite acts from all the Got Talent shows worldwide to represent Canada on the Special America's Got Talent Fantasy League held in Hollywood, Los Angeles. Despite impressing the judges with her talent, Geneviève also faced significant criticism from the public. These contestants' professional backgrounds and established followings have sparked a broader debate about the authenticity of talent shows like BGT. Some viewers argue that the show should focus on discovering undiscovered talents rather than featuring established professionals. Given her extensive background and achievements, viewers around the globe are furious with BGT. They question whether the show is now favoring professional performers over amateurs. Alicia Dixon's golden buzzer pick, Ravi's Dream Team, has also enjoyed success with a charity single featuring notable musicians like Damon Albarn, the frontman and main lyricist of the rock band Blur, and Paloma Faith, an English singer-songwriter and actress. This has further fueled criticisms that BGT might be moving towards featuring already successful performers. Sydnie Christmas's response to the growing controversies. Sydnie Christmas has finally come forward with an answer for her critics. During her interview on ITV's Lorraine, a breakfast program hosted by Lorraine Kelly, Sydnie Christmas addressed the controversies surrounding her participation in BGT. Despite the backlash, Sydnie remained positive, stating that her goal was always to share her talent with a broader audience and inspire others. She emphasized her love for performing and her dedication to her craft, which has been a lifelong journey. When host Lorraine Kelly asked about her past, Sydnie firmly stated that she had not performed on the West End. While she acknowledged previous performances, she confidently denied involvement in West End productions. Sydnie emphasized her aspirations to sing on the West End and become a leading lady, stating, "I just aspire to want to be a leading lady. That's the dream. That's the aim." She expressed how disheartening it would have been if she hadn't pursued this lifelong dream. Sydnie shared that growing up, she faced multiple external barriers that prevented her from following her passion, describing the experience as soul-crushing. When asked what propelled her to audition for BGT, Sydnie explained that she hoped the journey would open doors for her on Broadway, a goal she has been striving for since childhood. She said, "Just to open a door, yeah, just to open a door, just to try to go, yes, let's have it, let's give it a go." The discussion about Sydnie's background continued on social media. A fan shared a home video of Sydnie singing 9 years ago, captioned, "Sydnie Christmas has had a long, hard ride getting this far." Sydnie took to Instagram, where she has over 6,656 followers, to announce that she was retiring from skating after more than 4 years on stage. In a post featuring a snapshot from one of her performances, she wrote, "2.5 contracts, 4 years later, I hang up my skates. Memories I won't ever forget. People I will cherish forever. Thank you, Starlight Express."
Powered by the epic music of Andrew Lloyd Webber. Welcome to Starlight Express.
Despite the controversy, Sydnie Christmas remains steadfast in her aspirations and her journey. Her responses and interactions with fans show her determination to pursue her dreams, regardless of the criticisms and challenges she faces. Despite numerous auditions and rejections over the years, Sydnie Christmas felt she had little to lose by giving BGT a shot. "I know many will prefer it if the performers are fully transparent about their past experiences," she said. Britain's Got Talent's stance regarding Sydnie Christmas and the growing controversy. Following Sydnie's interview with Lorraine, a TV insider clarified that Britain's Got Talent has always welcomed contestants regardless of their prior experience. "The show has always been open to amateurs and professionals," he said. Way back in Series 3, the show had to defend Shaheen Jafargholi against those same criticisms as he'd been on TV and stage. Shaheen Jafargholi, a Welsh actor and singer, finished in 7th place on Britain's Got Talent in 2009. Since then, he has portrayed roles such as Shakil Kazemi in EastEnders and Marty Kirkby in Casualty. "It's unfair to take attention away from a person's talent because of their past," the insider added. This statement underscores the show's commitment to celebrating talent, regardless of contestants' previous experiences. For example, a Dublin-born singer, Brian Gilligan, performed extensively in the UK and Ireland before auditioning for Britain's Got Talent in 2019. Before his audition, Brian revealed he had been in a West End production called The Commitments. However, after his brother's death, he struggled to build up the confidence to perform again. In his BGT audition, he performed I'll Never Love Again by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper from the film A Star is Born. After his performance, Judge David Walliams remarked, "You deserve another huge chance. You are a superb talent," Alicia Dixon added. "From the first note, it was so delicate, you drew us all in." Despite this transparency, Sydnie's case has sparked debate among fans and viewers. Some argue that professionals shouldn't be allowed on the show, preferring the platform to be reserved for undiscovered talents. Rising above the criticisms, Sydnie Christmas has the best fan base. While some viewers criticized Sydnie Christmas for her professional background, many others supported her. They noted that her stage experience was evident in her performance, especially when she confidently hit the high notes. Experience or no experience, I wasn't sure about her performance when it began. It sounded like there was some chair-like affectation. However, the power and emotion really came out when she hit the key change, one fan said. Other supporters found inspiration in Sydnie's positive and confident demeanor, appreciating that she didn't rely on a sob story to evoke sympathy. She has a very likable personality, which will help her win over voters at the live shows, provided she picks the right song, a fan remarked. Another added, "It was breathtaking how she first made everyone laugh with her charismatic personality and later gave everyone goosebumps with a performance of a lifetime." Aside from fan support, Sydnie's appearance on BGT opened doors for her, as she had hoped. After her audition was uploaded online, she caught the attention of a special fan in the West End, the celebrity Big Brother star Marisha Wallace. Marisha, who had her rendition of Tomorrow released 4 years ago, was moved by Sydnie's performance. She took to Instagram to express her admiration, sharing that Sydnie's version brought back memories of her experience with the song, which had helped struggling artists during the tough times of 2020. Marisha was thrilled to see Sydney nail the performance and earn the golden buzzer, indicating her belief in Sydney's potential and future success. Thrilled by Sydney's success, Marisha expressed her belief in Sydney's potential. Overjoyed, Sydney thanked Marisha, calling her an idol. Marisha, in turn, praised Sydney's achievements, expressing her pride. True to her words in the Lorraine interview, BGT has been a significant step for Sydney. She expressed her aspirations to perform on the West End and become a leading lady. Despite the controversies, she remains focused on her goals and is grateful for the opportunities that have come her way. The support from fans and recognition from established artists like Marisha Wallace highlight Sydney's talent and potential, setting the stage for her continued journey in the performing arts. Sydnie Christmas wins the Britain's Got Talent 2024. Sydnie Christmas achieved a major milestone in 2024 by winning Britain's Got Talent. Recently, she appeared on This Morning to reflect on her incredible journey. During her interview, Sydney credited Amanda Holden's golden buzzer moment as the key event that fast-tracked her to the semi-finals. Her captivating performance of Somewhere Over the Rainbow during the live final touched the hearts of audiences across the nation and ultimately led her to victory.
So we heard your last song, right, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
For some reason, you didn't like that performance. Why was that?
I can't watch
Why?
it.
Because it's amazing. We got tingles.
As the champion, Sydney took home the grand prize of £250,000 and earned the prestigious opportunity to perform at the Royal Variety Performance, a lifelong dream for many aspiring artists. Rather than spending her winnings on luxuries, Sydney shared her heartfelt plans for the prize money. She revealed her intention to reinvest it into her career by hiring the very voice coach who helped her throughout the competition. Sydney emphasized that her victory was never about the money. Instead, she sees the funds as a way to continue honing her craft. She praised the coach's guidance, noting that just 2 months of training with them had improved her vocals more than her 3 years at college ever had. This shows Sydney's unwavering dedication to her growth as an artist and her commitment to making the most out of her BGT success. In addition to her musical aspirations, Sydney mentioned that she has already started receiving offers from several talent agents, signaling a very bright future ahead in the entertainment world. Despite her newfound fame, Sydney has remained remarkably grounded. Following her standout appearance on BGT, she was seen returning to her job at a boutique gym just days after receiving Amanda Holden's golden buzzer. She even addressed this humble return to normalcy with a heartfelt post on social media, writing, "Back to work after a heartfelt weekend." Sydney's commitment to staying true to her roots has only endeared her further to her growing fan base. In a touching message shared alongside a photo from her job, she expressed deep gratitude, saying, "Once again, thank you to everyone for the support and love. I feel very, very lucky." Although Sydney admitted during her auditions that she hoped to move on from her current job eventually, she remains focused and dedicated in the meantime, showing resilience and patience as she navigates this exciting new chapter. For those curious about her personal life, Sydney also revealed that she is currently in a relationship. She is dating Max Rizzo, a young Italian actor from Sicily who shares her passion for the stage. Max has a background in musical theater and has worked alongside Sydney in productions like Starlight Express. Additionally, Max is a model, having posed for major brands such as Calvin Klein, and often showcases his work on social media. Their shared love for performance and creativity seems to be a strong foundation for their relationship. What are your thoughts on Sydnie Christmas's incredible journey and the conversations surrounding this season of Britain's Got Talent? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Tap on the link on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.